From the St. Francis Yacht Club in San Francisco, this is the Wednesday Yachting Luncheon, hosted by Ron Young.
Amazing start, really great start. Crazy good start. It's a very brainy competition. One of those things, whenever you pioneer something like a new format in a big sale, a little bit of a fingers crossed, but what the hell?
Yeah. Well, we had the fleet of boats, so it made sense, I don't think. I wasn't part of that discussion, I guess, but it does seem like it was a good thing to do that.
You're exactly right. We had never done 12 boats before, and so I knew that we could do 12. So we decided, okay, we'll give 2 varsity boats to each school, and that way we'll have varsity race varsity because they are on another level, but we can have mixed teams of alumni, you know, women and masters, alumni and grandmasters, etc., race against each other, break all the rules that otherwise applied to racing at St. Francis or anywhere. And we could change the race course so it wasn't a normal race course, make it audience friendly. We could invite the bands, invite the cheerleaders, invite the mascots, and make all the fun of a college football game available to the audience of a scrimmage match. Okay, so the first step is to thank the people who created this event, and I want to bring up my co-founder, Jim Mullen. Jimmy, where are you, buddy? Jim Mullen, 3 of us invented this event 19 years ago. Jim Mullen, Jaron Lee, and myself. Here's Jim. Jim Mullen, thank you, buddy. We lost Jaron a couple months ago. Jaron Lee passed along from Stanford, but Jim Mullen was the representative from Cal.
Thank you very much. And I noticed that people were having a great time here with the band and all, and fun on the water. And I was just very proud to have been a part of getting this going. And it's now 19 years, is that right?
Yes, 19 years.
I've been to every one of them.
That is great. Thanks, buddy. Okay, so it's a big event on the water, as you can tell, and the person who organized all of that is my dear buddy, really good sailor and incredible race manager. So you think about the number of days that you've been sailing. This fellow spent 55 days on the water for the race committee of this yacht club alone, and he belongs to a couple of yacht clubs. So please welcome up our PRO, Don Weineke. Don, come on, please.
I especially want to thank race committee. The PRO is no better than the race committee. If there's any race committee people here, please stand up and take a bow. So, race committee, Cindy Cheney, Matthew, Veronica DeMary, Alan Gaynor, Jeff Holder, Pat Housen, Scott Kleck, Maggie Neff, John Price, Joe Rockmore, and Mark Brahunen. And I'm not going to mention any umpires, but they did a great job, especially especially our extra race committee person, Katie Max, and thanks, Katie.
Let's invite the 2 coaches, Chris Clavin, we've seen the Stanford coach, holy cow, and Paul Heineken.
I've asked Ron to take me off of that program for 3 years in a row. I did coach for 10 years, but I am retired. And I'm handing it over to the kids who do so well, and I am so impressed with what Chris has done with them. This guy's done an amazing job. So, thank you.
Chris Clavin, not only did you guys win the national championship, and brought along the collegiate sailor of the year from Stanford. Holy moly! But they won the championship with an all-woman team against male competitors. Chris Clayton.
Well, I'm really happy to be here. Happy to watch some great 2-on-2 team racing. The Stanford team performed amazingly. So I'm proud of all of you.
So people think, sailors, we're out here, drinking a lot, messing around in the water and stuff like that, but what they don't recognize is that every time you go sailing, you learn about physics and trigonometry and calculus without opening a book on any of those topics. You learn by doing. It's an amazing skill that keeps training people longer and longer throughout their whole life. They get smarter and smarter about it. And I've watched Chris in an environment with the students, with his people, with his team essentially. And I want to tell you, he's actually an incredibly good coach, and it showed today. Thanks, Chris Clayton.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, now to the teams. Let's start with the geezers first. I'm in that crowd, I can use that term. Let's see, let's have the grandmasters. Those are people who are only 60 years young and older. Everybody who's in the grandmasters Cal team, come on up. Thaddeus, bring your boys. Dan Lacey, Mark Adams, Paul Manning, and Mickey Caldwell.
Thank you all for coming out and rooting for your particular school. Thank the St. Francis Yacht Club for putting this on for the 19th year, and all the volunteers from Ron and Jim on down that have made this possible. I've done quite a few of them. It's a really fun event. Today was particularly challenging, but I had a great crew. Mark Adams, Paul Manning, and Mickey Caldwell. We gave it a hard-fought try, but I have to give it to Stanford. Stanford's team excelled at every level. And congratulations to you for a great regatta.
Well said, mate. Good going. And you had a really great team with us too. Thank you very much, Tad. Okay, let's bring up, please, the Stanford Grandmasters team. Thank you, boys. Congratulations for winning the big sale! Holy moly!
Thanks, Ron, and thanks to all the volunteers and St. Francis Yacht Club for putting on a great event once again. Okay, eat the mic. The weather cooperated, which for the most part, which was good. We had a good time. I think this format of doing 2v2 team racing is an improvement over the slalom courses we've done for I don't know how many years. So let's keep that going. I want to thank the Cal team. They gave us a good fight. So, looking forward to doing it again next year. And my crew, Joe McCoy on bow, Peter Phillips on trim, Craig Daniels doing tactics in main.
Wow, you guys won. Good on you, Stanford. Good on you, Stanford. Thanks, boys. Okay, next to the podium, the Masters. Can we see Brian Mullen and the Cal Masters team? These are alumni 40 years plus. Brian Mullen and the boys. Bringing up Emory Stanford, Lorette Hardigan, and Sean Callaghan.
So, like they said before, very challenging out there, but it was a lot of fun. So introducing our team, this is Lorette Hardigan. This is Emory Stanford. Actually, Lorette and I met this week. And realized that her younger brother and I were pledge brothers together at Cal.
No way.
So we didn't even connect that until we got it here on the email thread. This is Emory Stanford and Sean Callaghan. So it was super challenging out there, but a lot of fun. The format was fun, and everybody gets pumped up when the band starts playing. And we got a nice salute from Oski when we sailed by the club, so that was probably the highlight.
Wonderful, Brian. Good on you, mate. Thank you very much, Cal Masters. Stanford Masters, headed by team captain Al Sargent. Bring him up, Al.
Well, thanks, Ron, for getting this all together. And so all the sailors, who here likes the 2x2 team race format? Clap your hand. Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. That was a lot of fun. So just some things. That first race, many thanks to the Grandmaster team from Stanford for keeping the faith and keeping it going. I saw they had to do 3 penalty turns, and they still kind of hung in there. So thanks to the Grandmaster Skip and team for that. And then thanks to the team here. So Jen Ye, who was backing me up in the pit. This was day 3 in the J22. So awesome job. And then Rich Bergson was doing an awesome job helping me, making things easy for me on the bow while trimming. And then this guy, Dave Dowd, is our skipper, was just a match racing rock star. So huge thanks. Appreciate it. And came all the way out from New York to be here too, which is awesome.
I love this format. I love the fact that we're doing like age group kind of combinations. So fun to sail with like different age groups, and team racing is always a party. And I'm so impressed with all the people who come out to watch. So thanks for coming to watch us all. And this is awesome. I'd love to come back and do this again. So thank you everybody.
Wonderful, Stanford Masters. Congratulations, guys. Good on you, Al. Good one. Cal alumni, Michael McCullough, bring up your team of Aaron Chalif, Rowan Sinha, and Margaret Wilson.
Yeah, so on the boat today we have Aaron on bow, we have Margaret on trim, we have Rohan on jib. Not a lot of keelboat experience across us, but I think we actually did quite well and learned like on the fly really well. So I'm proud of our performance today.
So you like the format of 2-on-2 team racing?
I wish we had a lot more time, like with actual team racing duels almost, but otherwise I do like the...
Rowan, explain your dual school citizenship. Keep the mic close. Keep the mic close.
My heart still belongs to Cal, I would say, but I left Berkeley to go to grad school at Stanford.
Oh!
That's right.
PhD at Stanford. Holy moly! Stanford alumni didn't do well today, Rowan. Maybe you knew something.
I promise I was not sabotaging.
Okay, we're going to take his word on that. Okay, great. Terrific, Cal. Alumni. Good sailing, mates. Good job. Next up, Stanford alumni, Cole Hatton, Evan Cahill, Kevin Lau, and Yuri Namakawa.
We'd like to thank everyone who helped run the races. Don, good to see you out here before the sunset. The umpires, the Cal team, thanks. It's a lot of fun racing against you guys. To reintroduce my team, this is my wife, Yuri Namakawa, who's on bow, Evan Cahill on main, and Kevin Lobby trimming and doing kite. So thanks everyone. Definitely a lot of fun to see the band up on the race deck and on the rocks, and looking forward to next year. Cheers, y'all.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you. So I want to also, we don't have Brian McDonald here, but I want to recognize the umpires, because that's a particularly tough job. Could we ask John Christensen, Katie Maxim, and Greg Mayer, and Donald Alago, and Sam Reynolds, and Matthew Saldo, come on up to the stage. You are the umpires out there. In order to be an umpire, you have to know the rules backwards and forwards, just totally in your genes, and you have to be prepared to make a quick decision, because nobody wants to wait around while you're deciding. So, speak for the crowd, John.
Well, I'd like to thank all the sailors for giving us a great event to watch. We saw some really good team racing out there. I'd also like to thank Ron and Al and everyone who puts this together. I think I've been doing this since 2007. Was the first time I came out and did a big sail. And it's always a fun event. I always like putting it on my calendar. And thanks St. Francis for supplying all the equipment and everything. And, looking forward to doing it again next year. And
so Greg, you've done a few of these. How do you like the 2-on-2 format?
Thank you, Ron. I'm a real fan of team racing in any form, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-4. And, congratulations once again to Stanford for an outstanding performance today. And the determination of the Cal team, a club sport at the university, so these guys do it all on their own. Very credible. So thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you guys. Okay, the umpires. Thank you, everybody. Next, Cal women. Please come on up. Vicky, by their fearless leader, Vicky Sidaro, master sailor in her own right. Kristen Simmons, Katie Carter, Mackenzie Berwick.
Really great to be here. I'm really excited actually to get to sail with this group of people, a lot of which I actually was at college with. We have a pretty good cohort of the 2003, 2004, 2005. So really great to see some great friends who I actually sailed in college with. So as you said, I'm Kristen Simmons. Vicky Sidaro was our skipper. As you mentioned, she's a great sailor and amazing umpire and really involved in sailing in the Bay Area and other areas. And then we have Katie Carter here, who sailed with me in college and lives in the area. It's really great to have back. She was doing Maine. And then we have Mackenzie Berwick, who is a recent graduate, actually. I had the pleasure of sailing with her last year for a bit, and this year as well. We really liked the sailing. We felt like we had a couple good plays where we held some people out and felt like we were in it, so it was really fun. And we're looking forward to it next year.
Good. Thanks so much, Kristen. Thanks, Cal Women. Perfect. Stanford women's team. Sally Mace, Megan Grove, Mackenzie Wilson, Hannah Burrows. This is a heck of a team. Holy moly, the winners of the Big Sail Women's Division.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks all. Sally had to jet off, so Mackenzie here emceeing. But just want to say thank you to everyone who showed up. It's always a real highlight, I think, of the end of the fall sailing season for this event, at least for me. And great to reconnect with friends on both sides of the fence. Want to thank Hannah Burrows for keeping the kite square up on the bow, and Megan crushing it in pit, coming and haven't sailed in a J22 in a little while, and you wouldn't know it looking at her, so, or that she had a sprained ankle. So, thank you all so much, and huge fan of the 2x2 team racing. So, hope to keep that in for next year.
Wonderful. Great. Thank you so much. Terrific. Stanford women who won the division. Next up, Cal Varsity 2 team, please. Will Cornell, Emerson Marquet, Fiona Wu, and Alexander Kazulas. Come on up. Cal Varsity 2.
I'm actually not Will, I'm Alexander Kazulas. I just want to first say it was a great time sailing out there. This was my first big sail, so I had a lot of fun. I think everyone on the team and everyone on my boat had a lot of fun, and it was a fantastic time. I think we did a great job, you know? I was skipper, Fiona was tactician, and Jason was bow, and Zoe was crew, or trim.
Good on you, good on you. And how'd you like the format of 2-on-2 team racing? Is it challenging?
It was the first time, so yes, very challenging.
Unbelievable. Okay, great. Congratulations, Cal Varsity 2. Thanks so much. Next up, Stanford Varsity 2.
Okay, so I'm Anna Claire. I'm a grad year, 5th year. This is Lauren, Alice, and Luke, freshmen. So this is their first big sail, but we had a lot of fun. So we just want to say thank you, St. Francis, PRO, judges, all the volunteers, and then, of course, all of our alumni for showing up. It was really fun to see everyone.
So you guys won. I want you to think back for a scary moment. Give me a scary moment in the race.
The first start. Luke, the first start.
I want to thank the band for coming out. That was great. We're getting hyped up the whole time. But in all seriousness, the credit goes to our 3-time big sail champion, AC. Yeah, love this team. Go Stanford.
Did she bail you out a couple times, Luke?
Yeah, she knew exactly what to do. Better in play.
Perfect. Great. Stanford Varsity 2. Good on you guys. The winners, Stanford Varsity 2. Okay, now Cal Varsity 1 team. Enzo Kramers, Alyssa Barkas, Aiden Rambless, Adi Strauza. Come on up, Cal Varsity 1.
Yeah, I just really want to thank everyone for coming, all our alumni, Stanford's alumni, everyone here at St. Francis. The opportunity to see everybody and build a relationship with our alumni and continue the traditions of the team and continue keeping people engaged is such a great part of our job here at the Cal sailing team. And yeah, it's great to see everybody.
Introduce your crew.
So this is Adi, fifth year.
A fifth year at Cal.
Cal. So he was doing trim, and then Aiden here, fourth year. Alyssa, the second year, on the bow.
Good on you. Tell me a funny moment from the regatta.
Me going in the water.
Wait, you got to give us a couple more sentences.
We got the pin end around the rudder, and then I did a little bit of a mistake, and we went a little bit around, and somehow the mark got around 360 around the rudder, so I had to go in and push it down, which was a lot of fun.
You were in the water, you dove in the water and unfouled your rudder from the mark buoy.
Yeah, but...
I gotta say that from in here, it looked an awful lot like you guys figured out the score, and you just you know what? Screw it, we're gonna take it out there.
No more racing.
Day's over. Stop that.
Good go. Well, great Cal Varsity 1. Wonderful to have you guys here. Well spoken. Thank you. So lots of people say yacht clubs, those are like, these people who spend a bunch of money on a wasteful activity. On the other hand, I like to say actually it's a game, a sport, an endeavor in which you get to know other people really, really well. In a team sport, you get to count on them, they get to count on you, and you build a bond, in some cases, that lasts for decades and decades and decades. And it's all about is actually enjoying life. Isn't that actually the name of the game? So sailing is an incredibly fun game for us to be playing, and there's a lot of benefits. I like to say that, laughter and endorphins make you live longer, anger and hatred shorten your life, accelerate aging. And we're all here laughing, having a good time, playing, and so it's really appropriate that we'd ask the overall winners, the Stanford Varsity 1 team, to come on up to the stage. Come on up, Stanford Varsity, and congratulations, Chris Clavin and your whole team. 5 divisions, and you won all 5 divisions. This is the first time in the 19 big sales that we've done when one school literally won the whole shooting match.
Good call!
Yes, welcome to the stage, congratulations.
Thank you so much. We as a whole team would just like to thank the alumni for coming out and all the teams. It was great to see that everyone's still enjoying sailing and we can also enjoy time on the water.
Wonderful. Introduce your team.
I'm Vanessa Lord. This is Trish Gurley. This is Ellie Harnard. And this is Sophie Fisher.
Whoa, good sailing. Tell us a challenging moment during the regatta.
The current was definitely ripping and I didn't really look at the ley line that much, so there was one start where we almost missed the start, but luckily we could port tack the fleet, so that really helped us.
Man, luckily port tack the fleet. You're not lucky when you're good enough to be able to port tack the fleet. Good sailing, ladies. Well, tell us a little bit, where did you start sailing? How long ago have you been sailing?
I started sailing when I was 7 in New Jersey.
And what kind of boats?
Opti.
How do you like J22?
They're fun.
Great.
I like being with a lot of people.
Next, where did you start sailing? What kind of boats?
Opti's also when I was 7 in Wisconsin.
In Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Lake sailing.
Lake sailor.
You heard of a guy named Buddy Melges out there? Is his
Yeah,
reputation?
of course.
He sailed here on this bay against us. I sailed with Buddy. Great sailor.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Exactly. He and Gloria, his wife Gloria, are famous in these parts as well as the rest of the world. Okay.
I grew up sailing Optis too in Rhode Island.
Where in Rhode Island?
Newport.
Good for you. That's a beautiful place.
Yeah, so
Newport, Rhode Island. And our good reciprocal club, New York Yacht Club, did a pretty nice little spread there up at Harbor Court. They say Harbor Court. Really beautiful. Well, welcome to San Francisco, and congratulations, Stanford Varsity 1 team. All women, you'll notice. The Stanford Varsity team is all women. Unbelievable. And your sister was Collegiate Sailor of the Year. Not a bad thing. Holy cow. So you guys are in really great shape. Congratulations for a great victory, and congratulations to your school for a great victory. Thank you so much. Wonderful. So that is a wrap for the big sale. I want to thank, lastly, the guys up here who kept it all fun and interesting. David James, where's David James? David James, terrific. All those funny comments. You may remember earlier I asked the question that was on everyone's lips. What's the difference between team racing and mud wrestling? I asked David that question, and David rapidly said, team racing is dirtier. The difference between mud wrestling and team racing, and David said, team racing is dirtier. And we had Paul Heineken, Staff Commodore and sire of 2 world champions. Paul, thank you very much for sharing the mic with us.
And not coach.
And the coach for Cal.
Not coach.
And my buddy during this for the last 15 of the 19 years, couldn't do it without the incredibly great sailor, good buddy, Mike Radiani. Thank you, buddy. My pleasure so much.
So much fun.
So thank you.
We have a good time doing it.
Thank you, everybody. On behalf of everybody who organized Big Sale, thanks for coming. We'll see you next year.
Thanks a lot, everybody.
This has been a presentation of the Wednesday Yachting Luncheon.